Tonight on Newswatch, Governor Andrew Cuomo announced plans to shut down state prisons. We'll have more on how communities will be impacted. President Trump's pick for UN ambassador officially withdraws from consideration. And Amazon plans to build headquarters in Queens, but could they be moving to upstate New York?
And I'm here at the People's Barbershop where they not only cut hair, but make art too. All that and more coming up on Newswatch.
Covering Ithaca and all of Tompkins County. Live on ICTV, Newswatch starts right now.
Good evening and thanks for tuning in. I'm Amanda Chin.
And I'm Sam Lisker.
Current Mayor of Ithaca, Savante Myrick, pitched to the community in a recent social media post on Thursday. Myrick asked if he would have the community's support in running for re-election. While his term is coming to a close at the end of 2019, he reportedly turned away several lucrative offers. Myrick committed to seeing through developments around Ithaca while addressing critics who say he should be more present. While he says that the feedback has been encouraging, Myrick has not yet announced a re-election campaign. New York legislators are attempting to revive a health bill establishing safe supervised injection sites. These sites would train staff who provide clean needles to customers and offer long-term treatment to individuals. Yet lawmakers are unsure if they will be instituted in upstate New York, even with support from citizens. The bill and the budget that would be entailed in enacting these sites has faced criticism for being too broad. Signing the bill has been described as an uphill battle, even if put forth by executive action from Governor Cuomo.
The City of Ithaca Common Council is considering acquisition of a piece of land on the former Immaculate Conception School campus. The council met with the Ithaca Neighborhood Housing Services to discuss the future plans. The land will be used to create a mixed-use community that will address high-priority needs, such as affordable housing. This proposal is part of the city's comprehensive plan. The former Immaculate Gym will be getting a full renovation, and community members are in favor of the purchase. The next meeting will be held on March 28th. Monica Roth of CCE Tompkins and 2 Cornell graduate students conducted a review of the Ithaca Pilot Chicken Ordinance in the fall of 2017. They recently gave recommendations for a permanent ordinance to keep chickens in the city of Ithaca. Roth and the students visited 5 residents with chickens to evaluate compliance with the original legislation. All of the residents supported a permanent mandate and were generally in compliance with the original regulation. The recommendations for a permanent order included allowing up to 6 hens and allowing coops to be located against a home or garage, among other things.
West State Street is the new home of the People's Barbershop, but the barber who opened the shop does more than just cut hair. He gives back to the community. Reporter Emily Chavez went downtown to talk to the owner about their plans for the Ithaca community.
This is Cruz Colon, a Cleveland native who never thought he would end up owning his own barbershop in Ithaca. He gained his passion for cutting hair by practicing on his brothers, and by the age of 16, he found himself working at a professional barbershop.
Parents, they were like divorced, and my father couldn't afford haircuts for 6 kids. So one day I just grabbed the clip, his beard clipper, and I started just doing some experiments on my brothers.
Although Cruz's shop has only been open for about a month, he has big goals for the future, one of which is giving back to the community.
I'm in the process right now to do the juvenile facility and going there once a month and just give to the community. And that's one of my main goals for this barbershop.
Cruz says this isn't just a typical barbershop. This is a place for conversation.
And he's able to have those conversations through art, and with the help of his friend Khalil Bey. Khalil is an artist in the process of creating a mural in Cruz's shop that displays prominent people of color throughout history.
And we want to put people in there that if you didn't know, you would say, so who's that person? And then now you have, a good conversation piece. You would have, ability to teach somebody something that they didn't know. And that's important as well.
Cruz and Khalil are both doing what they love.
Come and see my art, because I call it art. I cannot just call it a cut. It's art.
For Newswatch in Ithaca, I'm Emily Chavez.
Emily Chavez, thank you so much. The city of Ithaca has been testing out Green Street as an alternative bus stop for intercity buses in the place of West Seneca Street. Ithaca is using Green Street to juggle intercity buses such as Greyhound, Trailways, and Coach USA with the TCAT buses. Senior planner at the Planning and Economic Development Committee, Jennifer Kusner, says this plan has worked well so far. If Green Street is going to be chosen, then more funding will be needed in order to improve space. The testing of bus stops will likely extend past March.
New York Governor Andrew Cuomo says he wants to shut down 3 state prisons, citing the recent drop in crime population. This plan has been met with criticism from state lawmakers who fear that it will take an economic toll on local communities. According to Michael Powers, president of New York State's correctional officers, this plan would also make prisons more dangerous. Powers also stated that violence in New York correctional facilities is at an all-time high. Moving incarcerated inmates would make these numbers worse.
On Thursday morning, Governor Cuomo signed the Child Victims Act into law, giving victims of sexual abuse until their 55th birthday to file civil suits against their abusers in institutions. On Thursday afternoon, Kevin Barney filed a lawsuit against the Syracuse Roman Catholic Diocese, accusing 3 priests of rape and molestation. Braney served as an altar boy as a teenager at St. Anne's Church in Manillas, where he says the abuse began in 1988 and lasted for about 2 years. The lawsuit is the first of its kind in Syracuse and likely the first in New York State under the Child Victims Act. The once prestigious career of former Washington, D.C. Cardinal Theodore McCarrick has been tainted by his apparent sexual misconduct with seminarians. Accusations that McCarrick had sexually abused a minor were found to be credible in an internal church investigation last year in New York. McCarrick had ignored recommendations from the papacy to refrain from traveling or making public appearances. While he maintains his innocence, McCarrick resigned as cardinal, a rare sight for the Catholic Church. The trial was finally brought to the Vatican, although McCarrick's declining health prevented him from attending in person.
New York State Assemblywoman Pamela Hunter endorses the community grid option to replace the Interstate 81 viaduct through Syracuse. Hunter says the debate over the future of 81 has dragged on for years without a decision. The options are to either create a street-level grid or a tunnel beneath the city. The grid would displace the smallest number of people and would cost over $1 billion. The tunnel would cost around $3 billion and would take at least 10 years to be completed. The Department of Transportation is set to release a draft environmental statement this year.
And coming up, a former governor announces an exploratory committee on the GOP ticket against Trump. We'll have the latest. Plus, Amazon pulls out of New York City, what the mayor had to say about the decision. And now, here's Jack Sillen with a look ahead at your Finger Lakes forecast.
Good evening, everyone. It's snowing out there now, and what to expect from this storm system and several others that we're expecting in the next week coming up a little bit later.